Daniel here.
Chihiro here. They have seen the movie. Daniel, what are we looking at in this lesson?
In this lesson, you will learn how to talk about past experiences. This conversation takes place on the campus of Innovative University.
The conversation is between Oksana and Naomi, two foreign exchange students.
The speakers are friends. Therefore, the speakers will be speaking casually.
Okay, let's listen to the conversation.
Naomi, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
It's about Marco.
Marco? What is it?
Well, he has seen attraction already.
He has? How do you know that?
Do you know Yuki and Vicky?
Sure, I have taken classes with both of them. Why?
They both separately told me that they have seen attraction with Marco.
What? You're kidding.
I wish I were. Also, he has just asked me to go see attraction with him. Of course I didn't accept.
But I have dated Marco for a month. I had no idea.
Let's listen to the dialogue one more time slowly.
Naomi, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
It's about Marco.
Marco? What is it?
Well, he has seen attraction already.
He has? How do you know that?
Do you know Yuki and Vicky?
Sure. I have taken classes with both of them. Why?
They both separately told me that they have seen attraction with Marco.
What? You're kidding.
I wish I were. Also, he has just asked me to go see attraction with him. Of course, I didn't accept.
But I have dated Marco for a month. I had no idea.
Looks like Marco might not be seeing attraction for the third time around.
Third time? I think he's up to at least 4 now. But yeah, Oksana called him out on that one.
Yeah, people in the same class. That's a little too close in range.
Yeah, right. In universities, some classes have many students, while others only have a few. Most of the people in class will not know each other, but it's common to become acquainted with or even friends with some of the classmates.
That's right. University-level courses are intense, so oftentimes students form study groups so that they can go over the material together. This is when people get to know each other better and may become friends. Did you ever study in a study group, Daniel?
Sure. Study groups are helpful. How about you?
I have. I found them to be really helpful for the more challenging classes I had. Okay, let's look at the vocabulary for this lesson. The first word is
Separately.
not together with something or someone.
Separately. Separately.
Next phrase is
You're kidding.
phrase said when something is hard to believe.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
The next expression is
Of course.
expression used when the thing being said is obvious.
Of course. Of course.
The next word is
Already.
before now, so soon.
Already. Already.
The next verb is
To accept.
to agree to receive.
To accept. To accept.
The next word is
Month.
any one of the 12 parts in which the year is divided.
Month. Month.
The next verb is
To need.
to be in a state or condition that requires something.
To need. To need.
The next one is
To know.
to have information in your head to have knowledge about.
To know. To know.
And the next one is
To wish.
to want something to be true or to happen.
To wish. To wish.
And the last one is
To date.
to do an activity in hope of romance.
To date. To date.
Let's have a closer look at the usage for some of the words and phrases from this lesson.
The first phrase we'll look at is, there's something I need to tell you. This is a common phrase used in English before giving somebody some negative information. It helps prepare the listener for what the speaker has to say by acting as a warning.
Right. When people hear this, they usually know that they're not going to like what's going to be said. In the dialogue, Oksana says this phrase before telling Naomi that Marco has seen the movie with several women already, which is unhappy news for Naomi. Another example is if I say, Daniel, I need to tell you something.
Uh-oh. What is it, Chihiro?
There are no more cookies in the cookie jar.
Oh, now that is bad news. Thanks for preparing me.
My pleasure. Okay, what is the next phrase?
The next phrase we'll look at is, I had no idea. This is a phrase used when the speaker is surprised about something. It means that the speaker did not know and is a little shocked at the new information.
In this case, Naomi uses the phrase because she is clearly surprised about what Oksana has told her. You don't always have to say it as an exclamation. You can say it softly as well. For example, Daniel, honestly, I really had no idea that the cookie I just ate was the last one.
Yeah, okay. Your example is good enough, Chihiro. By the way, listeners, you can also substitute it with, I have no clue, which means the same thing.
All right, let's take a look at the grammar point for this lesson.
The focus of this lesson is the present perfect.
As in the dialogue, he has seen attraction already.
In Beginner's Series Season 1, Lesson 8, we learned about the perfect aspect, one of the 4 aspects of verbs. And in Lesson 9, we learned about the core meaning of the present tense, one of the 3 verb tenses. In this lesson, we will look at the combination of the perfect aspect with the present tense in more detail. This combination is usually called the present perfect tense.
First, let's review the perfect aspect. The core meaning of the perfect aspect is prior or before. You can notice the form of the perfect by the presence of has, have, or had before the main verb, and the main verb is found in the form of the past participle, often with an ed or en ending. For example, I have eaten dinner already. Eaten is the past participle form of eat, and with have before it, the verb shows that the eating happened prior to or before now.
Now, let's combine the perfect aspect with the present tense and see how they work together. In Lesson 9, we learned that we use the present tense to talk about immediate facts, that is, facts that are related to now. So, we can combine the present tense with the perfect aspect to talk about factual events that were completed before but have importance now. For example, you might say, I have been there before, when someone suggests a vacation spot, but you want to try a new place.
Often, the present perfect is taught as the verb tense used to talk about whether someone has experienced something or not. For example, in the dialogue, Naomi says, I've taken classes with both of them. It's not important to the dialogue when she took the classes with Yuki and Vicky. It is only important that she has the prior experience because it is Naomi's way of explaining that she knows Yuki and Vicky now, in the present.
There are other ways that the present perfect is used. In the dialogue, Naomi says, I have dated Marco for a month. She uses the perfect aspect because she began dating Marco before now. In fact, she says it was 1 month before now. But she doesn't use the past tense because her dating Marco is related to the current situation. It is relevant now. Therefore, she uses the present tense.
So, we can use the present perfect to talk about situations that began before now, but continue into the present. Another way to use the present perfect is to talk about actions that are recently finished. For example, in the dialogue, Oksana says about Marco, "He has just asked me to go see attraction with him." Again, because the action is prior or before, the perfect aspect is used. But because the action has an impact on the current situation, the present tense, not the past tense, is used.
Notice that Oksana used the adverb just with the present perfect. Just is commonly used with this use of the present perfect. Through these examples, we can see that the present perfect has several uses. But by focusing on the core meaning of both, the perfect aspect and the present tense, we can recognize the differences in meaning and use.
Be sure to check the explanations about the perfect aspect in Lesson 8 and review the entire aspect system in Lessons 6 through 9 with the audios and the PDFs. Practice listening to the dialogues to help your ability to notice the grammar forms. That just about does it for today. We'll see you later.
Bye now.
Naomi, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
It's about Marco.
Marco? What is it?
Well, he has seen attraction already.
He has? How do you know that?
Do you know Yuki and Vicky?
Sure, I have taken classes with both of them. Why?
They both separately told me that they have seen attraction with Marco.
What? You're kidding.
I wish I were. Also, he has just asked me to go see attraction with him. Of course I didn't accept.
But I have dated Margot for a month. I had no idea.